After an argument, my wife threw me a pillow. Sleep in the garage. The house is in my name anyway. I packed my things and left as she laughed. That evening, a neighbor called her. You should come outside. She saw what was happening and called me. Wait, I get it. Just come home. The pillow hit my chest with a dull thud. Sleep in the garage, Sarah said, crossing her arms. The house is in my name anyway. I stood there in the hallway, looking at her. She wasn't even angry anymore. Her face was completely calm, cold and dripping with smug superiority. That hurt worse than the screaming. It was true on paper. When her grandfather left her the property 5 years ago, it was a teardown shack on a prime corner lot. We spent half a decade pouring our lives into it. Or rather, I poured mine. Every bonus I earned at my engineering firm went straight into the foundation. The framing, the plumbing, and the custom woodwork. I spent nearly every weekend for 4 years covered in drywall dust, sweat, and joint compound. Because I loved her, I never forced the issue of adding my name to the deed. I foolishly believed what's mine is yours. Over the last year, Sarah changed. She got a promotion, started running with a crowd that obsessed over status, and slowly began treating me like a hired hand in my own home. If we disagreed on money, decor, or dinner plans, she played the card. It's my house. Tonight over something as stupid as me asking her not to. Invite her toxic brother to stay for a month. She threw the pillow. I didn't yell. I didn't beg. I simply picked up the pillow, dropped it onto the floor, and walked into our bedroom. I pulled my duffel bag from the closet. I packed my clothes, my laptop, my legal documents, and the keys to my truck. As I walked toward the front door, she leaned against the kitchen counter, sipping a glass of wine. She laughed. A sharp mocking sound. Go ahead, pout, she scoffed. You'll be back by tomorrow night. You have nowhere else to go. I didn't look back. I stepped outside, pulled the door shut, and got into my truck. I didn't go to a hotel. I drove straight to the industrial yard of my close friend Mark, who owns a heavy equipment and general contracting business. We sat in his office over black coffee. I showed him the binder I had kept in my safe for years. 5 years of itemized receipts, personal bank statements, contractor licenses I pulled under my own business LLC, and the master permits. She thinks she owns a luxury modern farmhouse, I told Mark quietly. Let's show her what she actually inherited. By 3:00 p.m. that afternoon, while Sarah was still at her corporate office, 3 flatbed trucks and a 6-man crew pulled into the driveway. We didn't touch anything structural that would violate tenant laws or cause illegal damage, but everything that was custom built, unattached, paid for exclusively from my separate premarital inheritance account, or covered under the mechanic's liens I had prepared. We reclaimed it. The custom $18,000 cedar front gates I built, removed. The entire high-end outdoor kitchen and stone pizza oven, loaded onto the flatbed. The state-of-the-art smart HVAC control units, high-capacity backup generators, and custom solar battery banks wired to my proprietary system, disconnected by a certified electrician and safely packed away. The hand-milled walnut island countertop that I brought in from Oregon, unfastened and lifted out. Even the manicured Japanese maples I personally bought and planted in oversized planters along the perimeter were crated up. By 6:00 p.m., the property looked like a hollow shell of bare concrete and exposed subflooring. Around 6:30 p.m., Sarah got a call from our next-door neighbor, Mrs. Gable. Sarah, dear, you should come outside or come home right now. There are flatbeds everywhere and the men are leaving. Sarah sped home, thinking we had been robbed. She pulled up to the driveway, but the gates weren't there. She stepped out of her car and looked around in absolute horror. The warm magazine-worthy exterior was stripped bare. She walked through the unlocked front door into an empty, echoing living room stripped of every piece of custom millwork, every designer fixture, and all the warmth we spent half a decade building. Her phone buzzed in her trembling hand. It was the email notification from my attorney. A formal divorce filing, a detailed accounting of separate financial contributions, and a massive equitable restitution lien placed on her deed. 10 seconds later, my phone lit up on the dashboard of my truck. Her name flashed on the screen. I answered. I stayed silent. All I heard on the other end was heavy, panicked breathing, followed by a trembling sob. Mark, please! Sarah choked out, her voice cracking, stripped of all arrogance. The house, it's all gone. There's nothing left. Wait, I get it. I understand now. Please, just come home. I looked at the rearview mirror, watching the sunset over the highway. You told me it was your house, Sarah, I replied softly. I just left you with what was yours. I hung up, blocked the number, and kept driving.